What if the breakfast you've loved for decades, those perfectly cooked eggs nestled on your plate, paired with your favorite sides, was silently working against you? What if the foods you've eaten without a second thought, the ones that feel like a warm embrace from your past, were quietly draining your energy, straining your heart, or even shortening your life? For those of us over 60, our bodies don't bounce back like they used to, and small dietary choices can make a big difference. Today, we're diving into a vital topic for seniors: 5 common foods you should never eat with eggs if you want to protect your health and vitality. This isn't about giving up your morning ritual, it's about making smarter choices to keep you thriving in your golden years. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have the tools to transform your breakfast plate into one that fuels your body and supports the life you love. As we age, our bodies change. Our metabolism slows, our arteries lose some of their flexibility, and our systems work harder to process what we eat. Eggs, a staple for so many of us, are a fantastic source of protein and nutrients, but when paired with the wrong foods, they can become a hidden health hazard. The combinations we'll explore today aren't just about taste. They can impact your heart, blood sugar, digestion, and even your risk for chronic diseases like diabetes or cancer. These insights come from years of medical observations and my own experiences working with seniors who've transformed their health with small intentional changes. We'll cover 5 foods to avoid with eggs, why they're risky for those over 60, and smarter alternatives to keep your breakfast delicious and nourishing. Let's start with the first food to steer clear of. Point 1. Processed meats. Bacon, sausage, ham. There's something undeniably satisfying about the sizzle of bacon or sausage next to a plate of eggs. It's a breakfast combo that feels like a warm hug from the past. Maybe it reminds you of Sunday mornings with family or hearty meals at your favorite diner. But for seniors over 60, pairing eggs with processed meats is one of the riskiest habits you can have. Let's break down why this classic duo is more dangerous than it seems, and how you can enjoy eggs without putting your health at risk. Processed meats like bacon, sausage, or ham are packed with preservatives called nitrates and nitrites. These compounds used to extend shelf life and enhance flavor sound, harmless enough. But when they mix with the proteins in eggs, especially when cooked at high heat, they can form harmful substances called nitrosamines. Research has linked nitrosamines to an increased risk of cancers, particularly in the digestive system, including the stomach and colon. For those of us in our 60s, 70s, or beyond, our bodies are less equipped to neutralize these compounds, making the risk even higher. A study published in the Journal of the National Cancer Institute found that frequent consumption of processed meats is associated with a higher risk of colorectal cancer, and the interaction with eggs only amplifies this concern. Beyond cancer risks, processed meats are loaded with sodium and saturated fats, which spell trouble for aging hearts. A single slice of bacon can contain over 200 milligrams of sodium, and a sausage patty can push that number even higher. When you pair this with eggs, which naturally contain cholesterol, you're creating a meal that puts significant strain on your cardiovascular system. As we age, our arteries naturally lose elasticity, and high-sodium, high-fat meals can exacerbate this, raising blood pressure and increasing the risk of heart disease. The American Heart Association notes that older adults are particularly sensitive to sodium's effects with even small amounts, causing blood pressure spikes in some individuals. Over time, this combination can contribute to inflammation plaque buildup and a higher risk of heart attack or stroke. But it's not just about the immediate effects. Eating processed meats with eggs day after day creates a cumulative burden on your body. The saturated fats in these meats can raise LDL bad cholesterol levels, while the lack of fiber in this meal leaves your digestive system sluggish. For seniors who may already deal with slower digestion or conditions like constipation, this is no small issue. The absence of fiber means your body struggles to process the meal efficiently, leading to bloating or discomfort that can sap your energy before noon. Let me share a story from my own experience. I once worked with a gentleman named Harold, a spry 68-year-old who loved his daily bacon and egg breakfast. He'd been eating it since his days as a truck driver, and it felt like part of his identity. But when he started feeling unusually tired and his doctor flagged high blood pressure and elevated cholesterol, he was stunned. Harold didn't smoke, rarely drank, and stayed active, yet his breakfast habit was quietly undermining his health. After switching to pairing his eggs with sautéed spinach and a slice of whole-grain toast, he noticed a difference within weeks. His energy returned, his blood pressure stabilized, and he felt lighter after meals. Harold's story isn't unique. It's a reminder that small changes can have a big impact. So, what's the solution? You don't have to ditch eggs. They're a nutrient powerhouse packed with protein, choline, and healthy fats. Instead, swap out processed meats for heart-friendly sides. Try pairing your eggs with sliced avocado, which provides healthy monounsaturated fats that support cholesterol levels. Or toss in a handful of colorful vegetables like bell peppers or mushrooms, which add fiber and antioxidants to protect your cells. If you crave a meaty texture, consider leaner options like smoked salmon or a small portion of grilled chicken, which offer flavor without the sodium overload. These choices not only reduce strain on your heart and arteries, but also keep you fuller, longer, supporting steady energy throughout your morning. The key is awareness. It's not about never enjoying bacon again. Special occasions are fine, but making processed meats a daily habit with eggs is like asking your body to run a marathon without training. Your heart, arteries, and digestive system deserve better, especially as you age. By choosing smarter sides, you're giving yourself the gift of vitality, ensuring your mornings fuel you for the active, joyful life you want to lead. There's something undeniably comforting about a slice of warm, buttery toast or a flaky croissant alongside your morning eggs. For many of us over 60, these foods carry memories maybe of quiet mornings with a newspaper in hand, or family breakfasts where the smell of fresh-baked rolls filled the air. But as much as these refined carbs feel like a treat, pairing them with eggs can create a hidden health trap that hits harder as we age. Let's dive into why white bread pastries or bagels are a risky match for eggs and how you can make smarter choices to keep your energy steady and your body strong. White bread and pastries like croissants or sweet rolls are made from refined flour, which means they've been stripped of most fiber and nutrients. When you eat these with eggs, which are naturally low in carbs and high in protein and fat, you're setting the stage for a blood sugar roller coaster. Refined carbs break down quickly in your digestive system, turning into sugar, almost as fast as a candy bar. Without fiber to slow things down, this sugar floods your bloodstream, causing a sharp spike in blood glucose. Your body scrambles to release insulin to manage it. But for seniors whose insulin sensitivity often declines with age, this can be a real problem. A 2023 study in the Lancet Diabetes and Endocrinology found that older adults are at higher risk for insulin resistance, which can lead to type 2 diabetes if blood sugar spikes become a daily habit. Pairing eggs with these carbs makes the problem worse because eggs lack the fiber to balance the meal. This blood sugar spike doesn't just affect your metabolism, it impacts how you feel. That mid-morning slump where you're yawning by 10 a.m. or craving a snack might not be just aging. It could be your body crashing after the sugar high from that white toast or pastry. Over time, these repeated spikes strain your pancreas, increase inflammation, and raise the risk of weight gain, even if you're not eating large portions. For seniors who often face slower metabolisms, this can creep up as stubborn belly fat or fatigue that lingers through the day. The Journal of Nutrition highlights that diets high in refined carbs are linked to increased visceral fat in older adults, which raises risks for heart disease and metabolic syndrome. There's another layer to this issue: nutrient deficiency. White bread and pastries offer little in terms of vitamins, minerals, or fiber. They fill you up quickly, but leave your body hungry for real nourishment. When paired with eggs, which are nutrient-dense but low in carbs, the meal feels satisfying, but fails to provide the sustained energy seniors need. This can lead to digestive sluggishness, especially for those over 60 who may already deal with slower gut motility. Without fiber, your digestive system works harder, potentially causing bloating or discomfort that makes mornings feel heavy instead of refreshing. I once met a woman named Margaret, a vibrant 71-year-old who loved her morning ritual of eggs with a buttered bagel. She'd been doing it for years, thinking it was a balanced breakfast. But she started noticing her energy dipping, and her doctor warned her about creeping blood sugar levels. Margaret was shocked she wasn't eating sweets or soda, so how could this be happening? When she learned how refined carbs were spiking her glucose, she made a simple switch: whole grain bread with seeds or a bowl of oatmeal with berries alongside her eggs. Within a month, she felt more alert, her digestion improved, and her blood sugar readings stabilized. Margaret's story shows how small tweaks can make a big difference without sacrificing the joy of breakfast. So, what's the better choice? Keep your eggs. They're a fantastic source of protein and brain-boosting choline, but pair them with complex carbs that digest slowly. A slice of whole grain bread with visible seeds or nuts provides fiber and nutrients to stabilize blood sugar. Better yet, try a side of roasted sweet potatoes or a handful of berries, which offer natural sweetness with a low glycemic index. These options keep you full longer, support digestion, and reduce inflammation, helping you stay active and sharp. If you love the ritual of baking, experiment with homemade oat-based muffins or breads using almond flour, delicious ways to satisfy your cravings while nourishing your body. The takeaway: your morning plate shouldn't just taste good, it should work with your body, not against it. Ditching white bread and pastries for fiber-rich alternatives is a small change that pays off in clearer thinking, steadier energy, and better health over time. Your body, especially in your 60s and beyond, will thank you for choosing foods that fuel your day the right way. Point 3. Sugary drinks, juice
or sweetened coffee. It's easy to reach for a glass of orange juice or a sweetened coffee to wash down your eggs. It feels like the perfect complement to a classic breakfast. Maybe it's a habit from years of seeing juice pitched as healthy in commercials or sipping sugary lattes at your favorite cafe. But for seniors over 60, pairing eggs with sugary drinks can wreak havoc on your body in ways you might not expect. Let's explore why these beverages are a risky match for eggs and how you can enjoy your morning sip without compromising your health. Sugary drinks, whether it's fruit juice or a coffee loaded with flavored syrups, deliver a concentrated dose of sugar that hits your system fast. Unlike whole fruits, juice lacks fiber, meaning the sugar, often fructose, goes straight to your bloodstream, causing a rapid blood sugar spike. When paired with eggs, which are high in protein and fat, but low in carbs, the combination confuses your metabolism. Your body has to juggle processing the fat and protein from eggs while dealing with the sugar surge from the drink. This creates a metabolic tug-of-war that stresses your liver and pancreas, especially as we age when these organs are less efficient. A 2024 study in hepatology found that high fructose intake from sugary drinks is linked to non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, a growing concern for seniors that can go unnoticed until it's serious. The impact goes beyond your liver. Sugary drinks paired with eggs can elevate triglycerides, a type of fat in your blood that increases heart disease risk. The American College of Cardiology notes that older adults are particularly vulnerable to triglyceride spikes, which can contribute to artery-clogging plaque. That glass of juice or sweetened latte might also leave you feeling foggy or tired an hour later as your blood sugar crashes. For seniors who may already notice changes in energy or mental clarity, this can make mornings feel like a struggle instead of a fresh start. Then there's the hidden calorie trap. A single glass of orange juice can pack 20-30 grams of sugar equivalent to a soda, and flavored coffee drinks can be even worse, with some containing as much sugar as a dessert. These liquid calories add up quickly, contributing to weight gain that's harder to manage as metabolism slows. For seniors, excess weight can strain joints, worsen arthritis, and increase the risk of chronic conditions like diabetes. The lack of fiber in these drinks also means they don't support digestion, leaving your gut to process the heavy protein and fat from eggs without help. I recall a conversation with a man named Tom, a 66-year-old retiree, who loved his eggs with a tall glass of grapefruit juice every morning. He thought he was making a healthy choice. After all, it was natural juice.
But he couldn't understand why he felt sluggish and was gaining weight despite staying active. When his doctor pointed out the sugar in his juice, Tom switched to unsweetened herbal tea with a slice of lemon. Within weeks, his energy was steadier, and he shed a few pounds without changing much else. Tom's experience is a reminder that what we drink matters as much as what we eat. So, how can you enjoy your breakfast beverage? Opt for drinks that complement eggs without spiking your blood sugar. Unsweetened tea. Whether black, green, or herbal is a great choice. Add a sprinkle of cinnamon for flavor without sugar. If you love coffee, try it black or with a splash of unsweetened almond milk. For a refreshing twist, water with a slice of cucumber or lemon can hydrate and cleanse your system. If you crave juice, have a small portion later in the day with a fiber-rich meal to slow sugar absorption. These choices keep your metabolism balanced, your heart happy, and your mornings energized.
Point 4. High sodium sauces. Soy sauce, ketchup, hot sauce. It's the little things we add to our eggs that often feel like second nature. A drizzle of soy sauce for a savory kick. A dollop of ketchup for that familiar tang, or a splash of hot sauce to wake up the taste buds. For many of us over 60, these condiments are more than just flavor. They're a bridge to memories of family recipes or meals shared with loved ones. But as innocent as these additions seem, pairing high-sodium sauces with eggs can create a hidden health risk that builds up over time, especially for seniors. Let's unpack why these sauces are a problem and how you can flavor your eggs without putting your heart and kidneys at risk. High-sodium sauces pack a surprising punch. A single tablespoon of soy sauce can contain over 800 milligrams of sodium, nearly a third of the daily limit recommended by the American Heart Association for older adults. Ketchup, often seen as harmless, delivers around 150 milligrams of sodium per tablespoon, plus added sugars that can spike blood glucose. Hot sauce, while lower in sugar, can still contribute significant sodium, especially if you're generous with it. When paired with eggs, which naturally contain a small amount of sodium and cholesterol, these condiments create a meal that puts extra strain on your cardiovascular system. As we age, our kidneys process sodium less efficiently, and our blood vessels lose flexibility. This makes seniors particularly susceptible to salt sensitivity, where even moderate sodium intake can cause blood pressure to climb. A 2024 study in hypertension found that older adults with salt sensitivity face a higher risk of hypertension, which can lead to heart attacks, strokes, or kidney strain over time. The danger isn't just in one meal, it's in the habit. Many of us don't measure condiments. We pour or drizzle without thinking, and those small amounts add up. For seniors, high sodium intake can lead to fluid retention, which causes swelling in the legs or hands and puts extra pressure on the heart. This is especially concerning for those with existing conditions like heart failure or kidney disease, which become more common after 60. Even if you feel fine, the cumulative effect of daily sodium overload can quietly stiffen arteries, making your heart work harder than it should. Eggs themselves are heart healthy when prepared, simply providing protein and choline that support muscle and brain health. But slathering them with salty sauces undoes those benefits, turning a nutritious meal into one that taxes your body. Then there's the impact on your kidneys. As we age, kidney function naturally declines, and high-sodium diets can accelerate this process. The National Kidney Foundation notes that excessive sodium forces the kidneys to filter more fluid, increasing the risk of damage over time. For seniors, this can manifest as fatigue, difficulty concentrating, or even early signs of kidney dysfunction that go unnoticed until blood tests reveal a problem. Pairing eggs with high-sodium sauces also offers no fiber or antioxidants to balance the meal, leaving your digestive system without the support it needs to process cholesterol and fats efficiently. I once knew a woman named Clara, a lively 73-year-old who loved her eggs, scrambled with a generous splash of soy sauce, a habit she picked up during her travels in her 40s. She was active, walked daily, and ate plenty of vegetables, so she was stunned when her doctor flagged rising blood pressure. Clara didn't eat fast food or salty snacks, but her daily soy sauce habit was pushing her sodium intake far higher than she realized.
When she switched to flavoring her eggs with fresh herbs like basil and oregano, she was amazed at how much she enjoyed the taste, and her blood pressure dropped within a month.
Clara's story shows that it's often the small, unnoticed habits that make the biggest difference. So, how can you keep your eggs delicious without the sodium overload? Experiment with herbs and spices. Think fresh dill, paprika, or turmeric, which add bold flavors and anti-inflammatory benefits. A sprinkle of black pepper or a dash of lemon zest can brighten your plate without taxing your body. If you love the umami of soy sauce, try a low-sodium version or a splash of coconut aminos, which has less salt and a similar savory depth. These choices let you enjoy your eggs while supporting your heart, kidneys, and overall vitality. It's a simple shift that feels like a treat, not a sacrifice, and your body will feel the difference. Point 5. Fried starchy sides, hash browns, fries, tater tots. Few things feel as indulgent as a plate of eggs paired with crispy hash browns or golden fries. It's the kind of breakfast that evokes memories of diner booths, weekend brunches, or early mornings when the kitchen smelled of sizzling oil. But for seniors over 60, pairing eggs with fried starchy sides is a risky habit that can weigh down your body in ways you might not notice until it's too late. Let's explore why these sides are a poor match for eggs and how you can enjoy a satisfying breakfast that lifts you up instead of slowing you down. Fried starchy sides like hash browns, fries, or tater tots are typically made from white potatoes, which absorb oil like a sponge when cooked at high heat. This creates a calorie-dense meal packed with unhealthy fats, including trans fats or oxidized oils that form during frying. These fats are particularly hard on aging bodies, raising LDL bad cholesterol and lowering HDL good cholesterol, which increases the risk of plaque buildup in arteries. A 2023 study in Circulation found that diets high in fried foods are linked to a higher risk of cardiovascular events in older adults who already face age-related changes in heart health. When paired with eggs, which contain cholesterol, the combination becomes a double hit to your cardiovascular system, making your heart work harder than necessary. There's also the issue of acrylamides, harmful compounds formed when starchy foods are fried at high temperatures. The World Health Organization has flagged acrylamides as a potential carcinogen, with studies suggesting a link to increased cancer risk, particularly in the kidneys and digestive tract. For seniors whose bodies are less efficient at detoxifying such compounds, this adds an unnecessary risk. Beyond long-term concerns, fried starches are low in fiber and nutrients, making them a poor partner for eggs. This lack of fiber slows digestion, leading to bloating, constipation, or discomfort, common complaints for those over 60 with naturally slower gut motility. The immediate effects are just as concerning. A meal of eggs and fried potatoes can leave you feeling sluggish as the heavy fats and starches take longer to process. This can sap your energy, making it harder to enjoy morning walks or time with grandkids. For seniors with digestive sensitivities like irritable bowel syndrome or acid reflux, this combo can trigger discomfort that lingers all day. The high caloric load also contributes to weight gain, which can strain joints and worsen conditions like arthritis, common in older adults. I remember meeting a man named George, an 80-year-old retired teacher who loved his weekly diner breakfast of eggs and hash browns. He thought it was a harmless treat, but he started noticing bloating and low energy after meals. When his doctor pointed out elevated triglycerides and cholesterol, George made a change. He swapped fried potatoes for roasted zucchini and tomatoes. Not only did he love the new flavors, but he felt lighter, more energized, and saw his blood work improve within months. George's experience is a reminder that comfort food doesn't have to come at a cost. Instead of fried starches, pair your eggs with nutrient-rich sides. Roasted vegetables like asparagus or sweet potatoes offer fiber and antioxidants without the heavy oils. A small serving of quinoa or a whole-grain English muffin can add satisfying texture while supporting digestion and blood sugar balance. These choices keep your breakfast hearty, but light, giving you the energy to tackle your day while protecting your heart and gut. By now you've taken a fresh look at your morning plate and uncovered 5 foods that could be holding you back: processed meats, white bread, sugary drinks, high-sodium sauces, and fried starches. These aren't just random warnings. They're insights rooted in how our bodies change after 60, when every bite matters a little more. Your breakfast isn't just a meal. It's a daily choice that shapes your energy, clarity, and health. Swapping out risky pairings for nutrient-rich alternatives isn't about giving up joy. It's about reclaiming it. Imagine mornings where you feel lighter, sharper, and ready for whatever the day brings. Which of these tips hit home for you? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep this conversation going. If you've found value in this video, like, subscribe, and share it with someone you care about. Your support helps us keep empowering seniors to live their best lives. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.